For this final segment of Community Focus, presented by the Friends of MCTV, we welcome Ben Cohen, the co-owner of Small House Farm, to inform us about seed libraries. Now, Ben, the concept of a seed library is probably a new one to most of our audience, so would you please tell us what seed libraries are and why they're important?
Sure, John. Now, a seed library functions, it's very similar to how a traditional library functions. Folks will come in, patrons will come in, they'll check out the seeds just like you check out a book, take them home to their gardens, grow the produce, enjoy it, and then in the fall, harvest their seeds from their gardens, bring it back. Just like when you finish reading your book, you bring it back. It's the same thing. Now, the benefits, I don't know how long this show is. I could go on a long time. There's a lot of benefits. But, you know, the preservation of plant diversity is important, cultural heritage. You know, when we save these seeds, we save the stories and the history that come with them as well. You know, my recent book, From Our Seeds and Their Keepers, really delves into the significance of history through seeds, you know. But even just the simple thing of getting folks out there growing vegetables and enjoying fresh produce, that's important too.
So the Michigan Seed Library is an entity, have a mission, vision of what you see for the future for seed libraries,
Sure.
for preservation?
Now, my mission really with the Michigan Seed Library organization is to get a community seed library for every neighborhood. You know, everybody needs access to locally adapted seeds, and that's the mission, that's the vision for sure.
How are you doing? How many seed libraries are there in, for example, the state of Michigan at this point?
In the state of Michigan right now, there are 68 seed libraries. And to put that in perspective, nationwide, there's maybe 600 of them. 68 of them here in Michigan.
And are most of them, are they spread all over the state, UP, Lower Peninsula, or they seem to be congregated at this point into one area of the state?
Well, you know, the places with highest population really have more of a need for it. So down in southeast Michigan, certainly there's a significant number of them. But they are all over the state. Rural areas, up in the UP, there's probably a half dozen of them in the UP alone. So they are really spread out from one place or another. But you will find, you know, places with more people, more seed libraries.
Now, when did you become involved with the seed libraries?
Well, you know, I've been an active seed saver for many years, but really my involvement with seed libraries specifically, the last 3 or 4 years, I've really gotten into it. I had the opportunity to go speak at the Michigan Libraries Annual Conference, the Library Association Conference, and I got to meet a lot of local librarians, and we had a really good conversation about it, and we saw that need, and we found a way to fill the need for the people, and it's really just taken off. Boy, it's just snowballed.
Are the seeds involved all native? Are they exotics? Are there non-natives? Or does it vary from library to library?
You know, every library has a little bit of a different system and the seeds that they accept. But, you know, it's native seeds, herbs, flowers, garden vegetables. You'll see a lot of that. You know, we steer clear of invasive plants, or maybe, you know, we don't get into the GMOs and that sort of thing. But for the most part, it is as diverse as the libraries themselves. Great selection of seeds for everybody.
Now, what is your role in educating people about seed libraries and seed saving?
Well, you know, I work as a facilitator. I help connecting people with the need to the resources to help fill that need. I work as an educator to help people learn why seeds are important, how to save their seeds, and maybe the most important role is as a cheerleader. You know, I keep people excited. I want them to really keep moving forward with anything in life. You know, sometimes there's some struggles, there's some challenges. You need somebody there to kind of keep you going, pump you up. So that's an important role as well.
Now, who are the patrons of the seed libraries, and how do they learn the processes that are involved to be successful?
Now, the seed libraries are accessible to everybody. Everybody should come and get some seeds. You know, there's no restrictions on that at all. But people can learn about the, you know, through the internet. There's books, lots of different resources to help people learn about why to save the seeds, how to save the seeds. And through our website, MichiganSeedLibrary.org, they can find a seed library near them, or if there isn't one, they can find the resources to get one started.
And it's an excellent website. I say it's well maintained and very very comprehensive. But back again, you said that anybody can use a seed library, but who actually does use the seed libraries? And as far as, are they home gardeners? Are they small farmers? Are they window box?
It is a little bit of everybody, John. You know, we've got some folks that just have a little bit of space and they'll grow in containers, home gardeners. We've had farmers show up to bring seeds as well as to take seeds. It seems to be a really eclectic group of folks. It's funny when you think about it, you kind of have a niche market that you're looking for when you open a seed library. Like, I assume these folks would be interested, home gardeners, but it's everybody is really taking advantage of this and getting the benefit of it.
Now, the website had some information on where the seed libraries are in the state of Michigan. What's the closest one to Midland, and why don't we have one here in Midland?
Well, you know, that's a great question. We have been working with the library here in Midland, and we have plans to get one open by spring of next year. We hope to have one right here in Midland. But there's one in Bay City. There's one that we're opening in Saginaw. So there are a number that are accessible, you know, just a quick drive from here. But we are working hard to have one open here in Midland as well. And hopefully by next spring, it'll be ready to go.
And are all of the seed libraries also in a, if you will, a book, CD, DVD library, or are some of them in another location that isn't what we would think of as a traditional library?
Sure. Now, most of them are in traditional libraries, absolutely. But that's not mandatory. You know, I've seen some that are run by community gardens. I've seen some in churches. I've even seen some folks that are really into it that are running it right out of their house until they find a better home for it. There's no strict rule for it, but most of them do come up. You know, you'll find them in traditional libraries.
So you'd mentioned books and other informational sources, including your website, but you also are a presenter, lecturer, and can come around to, if there's a group of interested people that thought they might want to get a seed library started, you can make yourself available?
Absolutely. I love to go to talk to people about seeds. I will travel pretty much as far as I have to talk to somebody about seeds. I'm more than welcome to come, not only to help them with the process of getting the library up and running, to teach their community about how it works, but also I'll come back in the fall and we'll talk about how to save the seeds. We do hands-on workshops. So people are welcome to get a hold of me anytime if they're interested in doing that. And the easiest way to contact me is through my website, smallhousefarm.com.
So that's the best way to contact you directly, and the best information I saw online was that MISeedlibrary.org as being an overall idea of what is going on in the state of Michigan.
Absolutely. That's a good umbrella site for the seed library specific information. But to contact me directly, smallhousefarm.com is the quickest route.
Well, Ben, thank you for joining us and telling us about seed libraries.
Thanks for having me, John. This has been a lot of fun.
Now, we're glad that you joined us for the June installment of Community Focus. We've learned about some useful, informative, and educational activities that we can all look forward to in Midland in the coming weeks. The Community Focus program is just one of many activities of the Friends of MCTV, activities that continually support and promote our local cable access television station. If you'd like to join the Friends of MCTV or learn more about our organization, you can like us on Facebook, email us at friendsofmctv@gmail.com, or call or visit the MCTV studio in the Grace A. Dow Memorial Library. And remember, if your club or nonprofit organization would like to join us at this table in the months to come, you can find our application online at MCTV section of the city website, or you can visit MCTV in person to submit an application. We'd love to have you be a part of Community Focus.